Welcome. As you can see, these two dressed up as hobbits in honor of the movie The Hobbit.
I think our beards are more dwarfish beards.
Now, being hobbits, how did you guys like the film? But the portrayal of your life?
Okay. I went and saw it in the high frame rate 3D, and I was really stoked about the technology stuff until I watched it, and I do not like it at all. The
Really?
high frame rate, it just looked like it was in slight fast forward the entire time, as well as it's just I don't know, it was jarring. Anything that was close up to the camera just looked like it looked unnatural to me. And then the farther away I feel like the action was happening, the less that 48 frames affected it for me.
Everything that was not digital, not computer generated, looked computer generated. The whole movie looked like a computer or a video game cutscene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was, or it looked like a behind the scenes video that you would get like an extra on a DVD. That's what the whole movie looked like for me, was behind the scenes. It never looked like a movie. It always looked like I was watching behind the scenes stuff.
Because you're used to the blur and the motion blur and the...
It was bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously that's the easy part, but it's just walking. Just having him get up and move like at the very beginning, I just was like, ugh.
It's going to take some time for you mortals to get used to this technology.
I hope it never happens again. I hope that this is just an utter failure of it.
You know, anytime there's a new accomplishment in film, people reject it at first. Remember when Blu-ray came out?
No one rejected high definition.
Yeah, man. They did.
Ugh, I can see their pores.
Yeah.
But that's just the filming of it. The actual movie, meh. I wasn't really that into it.
Oh my god.
It was
What about you?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Did you?
No, I thought it was horribly boring.
Oh god.
I was bored to death. I knew that it was going to be a bad time when I went to the 11 o'clock showing. I knew it was going to be bad when I looked at my phone to check the time, and it was 11:38. And I had 2.5 hours.
I went 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and I kind of was like dozing off a little bit because I was bored at the beginning. And then I was like, oh man, I missed so much. And I looked at my phone and it only been on for like 45 minutes. And I was like, okay, not that bad. and then I just proceeded to kind of just, I don't know. I didn't like, it wasn't until about the last third of the movie was all that I needed. That was it. That's the only part I liked from a certain point.
It didn't have any good humor in it for me. It didn't, the action. Well, I don't know how much of this I can blame on the 48 frames per second, because, you know, like I said, everything felt like it was on a set for me. Everything felt like it was being acted. Nothing felt natural or real or anything like that. It all felt like I was watching a movie being made, which is not fun for a 3-hour epic.
It's too real, man.
Okay,
It's
well,
too real.
What did you think?
I saw it in 3D, but regular frame rate, 24 frame rate. I thought it looked awesome. The 3D was awesome.
The 3D was great. I will say that. 3D looked really cool.
I didn't notice any of that stuff, but I kind of feel like I know what you're saying. Like when you see a movie that was shot in digital, like you watched it on your computer, it doesn't look like film. You know what I mean? It doesn't look real. It looks like amateur. Maybe that's what you're seeing.
No, I don't think. I mean, they shot. There's other movies that they shoot digital. And it's not like that. It's just that.
Yeah, but they're shooting digital, but then they play it. There's blur, and they play it at 24 frames.
Yeah.
I'm saying when you see like 30 frame progressive or whatever,
it
looks different. It doesn't look filmic.
Well, I mean, have you ever watched one of those TVs where the refresh rate's higher?
Yeah, it looks like shit.
That's exact. Imagine
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying I disagree, but I loved it. I thought it was way better than any other prior Lord of the Rings. I love Bilbo's character.
Wow.
I love that it switched from humor and lighthearted to, you know, really dangerous and dark. They just get in and out of. There's always trouble. There's always problems. It's better than the book. I thought it was great. I'm really surprised.
I did really like Bilbo's character a lot.
Bilbo's really cool.
I hated all the dwarves. They are the least interesting. They're just not.
You only need one
not
dwarf.
Fun characters
Yeah.
to me
They're
at all.
all the
not.
same.
They're
They're all the same.
Yeah.
They're not full characters.
Bilbo I like the
I love the
like,
actor.
the actor playing him. I think he did a really good job, and the
Yeah.
character's a lot of fun. Way better than following a story of Frodo.
Yeah, but also what I liked about it was the villains were way more fleshed out. They were just, it was like video games. Like, you get to know a villain, you really want to defeat him, and then they defeated him. The CG was awesome. I mean, like I would praise this film alone on the Smeagol scene. Smeagol looked, I mean, they are further than ever
That was
in
awesome.
mixing real and unreal. Like, Smeagol looked so awesome.
That part was great, but I mean, that's the problem.
And you got this deep character of Smeagol. Like,
He's only in the book once. He's only has one part.
he'll come back.
Yeah, so they're gonna add more of him, obviously. But I don't want to go to a movie and have that 20-minute scene be the only thing I'm looking forward to. Because really, like, nothing. Like, I don't know. From Smeagol on, I was interested, but it just, I don't know. I don't see how I can sit through 6 more hours and, like,
It was epic story.
something has to be better.
I'm really interested to know what you would have thought if you had seen the 48 frames.
I'm gonna see it. I have to see it.
It might be
computer,
that too.
the graphics, the CGI, I thought were horrible. Even worse than what 8 years ago, Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just bad. It didn't look like it fit into the movie to me at all. It was, I don't know. It was just totally different movie for me than what you're describing.
I feel like they did such little things with the other one, with the Lord of the Rings, like the filmmaking behind it. It's like so with the mix of miniatures and everything like that. And it feels like he's getting to do it again. And so he's like, let's do Lord of the Rings, but crazier.
Man.
So it's like, let's have more epic sweeping shots as they're running. Let's have more.
And that's stuff I didn't like in the first one. I didn't like the slow motion in the first series. I thought it was all perfect in this one when they're singing. They're climbing rocks and mountains, and they turn into they're fighting.
That part was
cool.
Awesome.
Speaking of epic and singing, the score I thought was horrible in the whole movie too. Like, I thought it was so in your face, like
Just theme.
This is super epic music to show you that everybody's coming in to fight now. We have to show you that it's super epic now. Like, it was just so horribly in your face and on the nose. Like,
see, that's what I think. That's why I was. My big worry was that was what was going to happen. That it was going to be exactly that, in your face, like over the top.
I thought that too, but
I just didn't dig it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess really it all comes down to me. Like, the first thing is knowing that was fucking 3 hours long.
when they fall in the goblin hole or whatever, the orc hole, whatever, goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're like, man, how are they gonna get out of this? And I was thinking, like, they're just gonna fall through a hole and they'll be out. Or Gandalf will just blow something up and they'll be out. Man, they had to fucking make their way through that maze of goblins.
That part was
the
great.
action, like, oh my god, it's so
What's
amazing.
Gandalf's buffer though? Like, he can do something and then he just doesn't do it again. Like, he can cast stuff.
yeah,
Does he have a
after
cooldown?
seeing this movie, I can say with 100% certainty, Dumbledore is a million times better wizard than Gandalf. We can settle that argument right now.
I thought the same thing the whole time. I was like,
See,
Gandalf is so weak. First of all, there's 5 wizards in this world, and Gandalf is the 4th or 5th most powerful. I mean, that tells you there, right now.
Look.
Where at Dumbledore, there's hundreds of thousands of wizards, and he's the most powerful.
See,
I mean, that's case in point.
I
Right
don't like movies where I feel like they did a pretty good job of hindering Gandalf. Like, he got lost for a while, so he couldn't help them, so they had to fight their own way out. He couldn't do anything because they were at the end because they were falling out of the tree and he was holding on to doors with the staff, so he couldn't.
But
help
he did
the
do
fight.
something.
He did eventually.
It was just Dumbledore, Gandalf saves the day every single battle, every single action scene. It was Gandalf saves the day.
somewhat. In the end, it was always turmoil. Somebody rises to the occasion, and then Gandalf steps in and is like, "Good job, guys. You held him off till I got here."
I thought it was awesome. You should go see it. You should definitely see it.
So did you like the length? 3 hours
Yeah.
didn't seem like too long to you?
No, and I thought they broke it off at the exact right spot. I felt totally fulfilled with the story, but I'm still waiting for more.
I think I could read farther than where the story ended in 3 hours than I did watching the movie.
Man, and
I really feel like I could get farther into the book than what the movie did.
after
in
the
3
big
hours.
conflict and they're out on the hill and they see their goal and they're like, and Bilbo's like, I think the worst is behind us. And then this big pan, and you see, and then a dragon's eye opens. Movie
But
ends.
it's cool.
I thought you guys would love it.
Spoiler. I wish it was 2 hours because I'd be more apt to go see it. There were some really cool parts in it that I would, be enough for me to go say, well, I'll give it another chance in 24, maybe non-3D, see it again, see if it's any better, but I don't know if I want to sit through 3 hours again.
Yeah. Well, I
the same
definitely want to
thing.
see
I don't know.
the 48 now that you guys didn't like it. But I thought it was great.
It definitely had some epic scenes, some
You mean
cool. The rock monsters were awesome.
From the Rock Monsters on,
Gollum was awesome.
I liked the movie. From the Rock Monsters on, I liked how, for the most part, I would say that was the most enjoyable part of the whole film for me.
The
that
ogres?
last bit, because the action was a lot better.
To me, it felt more like a fantasy fairy tale. Awesome. Like the ogres is spinning them, cooking them over the spit, and Bilbo has to outwit them. I just thought this is really
that
great.
part was cool.
It was awesome, man.
All right. So how can we enjoy it?
I
Go
definitely
see it. Go see it 3D, not 48 frames.
I
I'd
guess
say- I'd
that's
say-
the obvious thing is avoid the 48 frames per second.